Good morning, my YouTube family and friends. I pray that everyone's having a blessed day today. It is Thursday, one more day to Friday. I'm thankful for every day, but as I'm getting older, as I'm becoming older, I'm thankful for the days of the week, because sometimes your body lets you know, okay, you've done all you can do for this week. So, but anyway, I wanted to hop on here. And this was just in my spirit to share. Me and my youngest daughter were just talking before I let her out, and it just placed something in my heart, in my spirit, to discuss with you all. Is that, whatever's hidden in your heart, whatever ill intent, whatever malicious intent, whatever, God knows it. We can't hide from Him. I always think about when I watch a lot of worship services on YouTube, and just on, usually that's where I watch them, on YouTube. But I always think about, are these people actually being the hands and feet of Jesus? And I think about myself as well. I heard someone say we're supposed to represent Jesus always, and we can't represent Him when we're being mean to people, and snappy and ugly and doing things that are not, ungodly. That's not representing Jesus. It's not representing Him at all, because that's not how He is. But, going back to what I was about to say, I always think about that. I think about, these people that's sitting up in worship service, or they, how are they acting on their jobs? Are they a supervisor, or they're a manager? Are they treating people right? Are they just sitting up in church with like-minded people like themselves, or so they think, and then they go back to their, regularly scheduled programming, or regularly scheduled, self. So, I just think about that. I really do, because, and I didn't think about it before, but I think about it now. The Lord knows our heart. Man looks at the outward appearance. We can be dressed up. We can be saying we all this and all that in a bag of chips. But God knows our heart. He knows, if we really love people. He knows if, if we don't like a certain race of people. He knows everything. You can pretend all you want to. You can, make people think you're a certain type of way. But the truth of the matter is, Jesus knows. Please remember that. Please remember that. He knows all about what you're struggling with. And, we can't excuse the fact, well, this happened to me, or this, that, and the other, because there will be no excuses when we stand before Jesus. We will be without excuse. We will be without. So, but yeah, I was just, me and her were talking, and something came up. So I was like, yeah, and I said, Lord, I pray, we were talking about this situation, because, my heart goes out to people. And a lot of times, more than we know, people are, jealous of us. People have, again, a hidden agenda towards us for whatever reason. It could be something. I think I shared this. I actually had a family member say this to me. This happened, it was a wedding, and, I didn't include them in the wedding. I mean, they were included in the wedding, but they didn't like the position that they had in the wedding. It was my wedding. And so, years went by, and I was like, and I could always tell, that person was always snappy with me and quick with me, and then they'll play it off like they were just, joking or whatever. But I was like, nah, if you're doing something all the time, you're not joking. You mean that. That's coming from a place that you really don't really like me, and you're just trying to mask it. But anyway, that's between them and God. But and I'm not on here to judge them, but what I'm saying is that they actually, confronted me about it, and they said, because what it was, they were about to get married, and so, they said, yeah, you didn't, we were just talking face to face, and they said, yeah, you didn't include me. I always wondered about that, why you didn't put me you know, because they wanted another role in the wedding, and I had them like what they thought was a downgrade, you know. And so I was, you know, and the truth of the matter was, I wasn't even actually over my wedding. I had other people that were helping me. And so, you know, my mind was just all over the place. Because, you know, anybody who's been married know this, you know, or about to be married. You just got a lot of stuff on your mind you're trying to take care of and handle, and responsibilities. And sometimes you just push off other stuff to other people that you know can, you know, the coordinator or whatever. So anyway, I'm not trying to excuse myself from it. But what I'm saying is that I actually did not think much about it, you know, because I was just like, you know, okay, she'll be that, whatever. So, but anyway, years went by, and I'm trying to think exactly how many years, because me and my late husband, we married in the year 2000, and so I want to say this was not revealed to me until I think it was like maybe let's see, this is 2023. So I want to say it was like 2012 or 2013, something like that. So anyway, that's a long time, but now that I think about it, it seemed like it wasn't, but I'll say 12, 13 years. So it was actually revealed to me by that person, you know, that made me feel some type of way, you know, you didn't include me in the wedding, in the role that I wanted to be. And I said, I'm sorry, you know, I just didn't think about it like that, you know. And so, anyway, it went from there. So, the conclusion or the end result, you know, and I'm being honest. I like to be honest on this channel. You know, my feelings were hurt slightly, but I also forgave the person, and I still forgive them, because I'm like, you know, that's a little petty, you know, I'm not saying, you know, she told me that, and I respect her for being honest with me. I sure appreciate it, because I never knew it. But what I'm saying is that you're going to do the same. You say, okay, I'm going to get you back because you didn't do me the way I thought you should have done me. So I'm going to get you back. So anyway, fast forward. So her wedding, she had me, I wasn't in it, you know, and so I was like, okay, you know, that's fine, and had everybody, you know, like in, you know, basically around me that was in the family, had them in it, but didn't have me. But I was like, okay, because I told my late husband, I said, you know, that's okay, and of course he was in it, but didn't have my daughters, they were in it, but my son, he wasn't in it, and then my two sons, they weren't in it, I don't believe. And then my daughters were, and then I wasn't. So anyway, I can't exactly remember, but I just know I wasn't in it. And so I was just like, wow, you know. And I was, you know, at the shower, taking pictures. And I was doing all these things because I was determined that I wasn't going to let the devil win. You know, I was like, no, you know, I'm not going to. And then people were sniggering, and you know, it was, because I remember, I do remember this. At the shower, the bridal shower, one of the people she had, of course, they were in the wedding, the bridesmaids, and I remember one of them saying, she's not, because I think they had a practice or something after that, I can't remember, or they were talking or something, and so I remember her saying, she's not in it. Somebody was asking, like, one of the ladies in the bride, like, she's not in it, you know, where's she going? So, you know, that hurt my feelings, you know, it kind of, you know, it did. But God has made me strong, you know, all the things that I've gone through and you know, been through. God, it's all for the best, you know, it's all for the best, and He will get the last say so. You know, don't let people try to manipulate you and try to, like I said, there's a lot of people that are jealous of you, and they just got a hidden agenda. You're thinking that they like you, or you're thinking that they're cool with you, and they hate you. They literally hate you. And I'm gonna tell you, I've shared this before. Me and my late husband used to say, or I used to say this to him all the time. I said, you know, what if it came to a point or to a day where, you know, there was a side you had to choose, and say, well, you know, not a side you had to choose, but like, you got your family on one side and then maybe strangers on another side or something. And so, it comes down to, live or die. And then that, the people that you thinking are for you, which is your family, they'll let you die. They'll say, no, I don't, do you love them? Or, what if it just came down to that? You would actually see just how people really truly felt about you. So, I used to talk about that all the time with him, and not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying, what if, what if it came down to that, and that, then it would be revealed, unto you that how that person really truly felt about you. You're thinking, no, this person is good, we're good, and they want you dead, literally want you dead. They don't, because they don't like you. They don't like you. They hate you, and they want what you got. So I just want you gone. It's pretty strong emotion, but it's true. It's true. It's people that are around us that, I'm serious, they feel like that. And we're, like I said, they pat you on your back, and these are family. This is family. This is not, I'm not talking about co-workers. I'm not talking about people you go to church with. I'm talking about family. So again, the enemy, whoever allows the enemy to use them, that's on them, because he uses people that he's allowed to use. We open portals for him. So we open doors for him. So, we can't blame it all on the devil. We have allowed him to use us. But anyway, again, I forgave the person, and I said, me and her had a long talk, and I said, I'm sorry, I didn't. And she said, yeah, that really hurt my feelings, and I wanted to do this and do that in the wedding. And I said, well, I'm so sorry. I said, it was so much going on, and and I could tell when I was even telling her I didn't, I'm sorry and everything, it didn't resonate with her. It's like she didn't accept it. So I was just like, wow. And then I think I ended up telling my late husband. He was like, yeah, whatever, because he was that person. He was like, you're not finna have me feeling sad and whatever. That happened so many years ago. So if you haven't gotten over it, that's just what type of person he was. If you haven't gotten over it, that's you. I'm moving on. So, and at that time in my life, I was that weighed me down, because when she told me that really got to me, because I was like, what? For her to actually tell me that, I'm like, whoa. And then now that I think about it, how God has opened my eyes up, she was still carrying that, and she may still be, I don't know. But that's the whole point. What I'm saying is that people will, that's what me and my youngest daughter were talking about. People will hold things in their hearts, which is not good. Unforgiveness, it could be something that maybe happened when, you and somebody were children, and maybe, I don't know, you hit them, or you took their candy away. It could be just something so where you would think, so what? What's the big deal? Get over it. But it's people, they don't know how to let go of stuff like that. And then they just take it on and on and on into their adult life. And then that goes, they pass it on to their children. And it's called unforgiveness. And it's called jealousy. It's called, it's called a lot of different things. But, we were just talking, and I was just like, wow, because, a lot of times, like I said, it can come off as somebody's, thinking, you're thinking that they're trying to help you, when in fact, they're wanting to hurt you, and for whatever reason, or they're trying to cause something, because, like I said, a lot of times, me and my late husband used to say this all the time. I said, we had a total of like 4 or 5 cars before he passed away, and they weren't new. They were used cars, but they were nice cars. And so he just liked cars. And so a lot of times, the family would come over to the house, and they'd be like, what y'all gonna do in all these cars? And so during what he was doing, he was a preparer. He always liked to be prepared. What he was doing, we had 3 younger children, because the oldest one had already, gone on, left the house and gone on. But the 3 younger ones, he was preparing like, okay, you know, I'm gonna make sure they have a car, you know, when it's time for them to drive. That's what he was doing. And then the other part of that, having those cars, he said, if one go down, I got another one I can go to, you know. That he just had that mindset of being, always wanted to be prepared and responsible. So he said, I just want to have, and yeah, we had car notes, but he made pretty good money. I did too. So, you know, we could pretty much, you know, cover them. So anyway, you know, people come up to the house, and even the ones that didn't come up to the house all the time, you know, what are y'all doing with all those cars, you know? And you know, me and him both used to say, why do you care? You know, if we had 12 cars, what difference does it make? But see, there again, there was jealousy there. That was, you know, hating, what you call hating. You know, why do you care? If I go over somebody's house, I'm going to wonder it in my mind. If they got a bunch of cars lined up outside their house and it's theirs, I'm like, okay, what they need so many? Why do they need so many cars? But I'm not going to go to it's not going to bother me to the fact where, you know, I'm trying to research it, and then I'm trying to throw it up in their face every time I talk to them. You know, yeah, y'all must got big money. It doesn't, just because you have things doesn't mean you have money. It just means you got bills. That's what it means. So again, you know, people, you know, they think what they want to think. You can sit down. I've learned this. God has shown me this. You can explain something to somebody over and over and over and over. You can write it down. You can make a book of it. You can tell them about it. You can test them on it, and they will still come up with the same answer about it. They don't understand what you're trying to tell them. And it's not that they're not understanding. They don't want to understand. They don't want to. Their mind is not open enough to even comprehend what you're trying to tell them. And God has shown me this firsthand. You know, when we got ready to leave Tennessee, you know, here I am going around trying to be Miss Informer and telling all these family members and, you know, people, yeah, you know, God has called us to another place, and these are people that read their Bible. These are people that know the Bible, so they say. You know, these are older people, most of them, and they couldn't even comprehend what I was trying to tell them. And God said, quit trying to explain it to them. I didn't tell them. I told you. So I immediately stopped. But I was so dead set on trying to convince them, you know, this is people pleasing. This is what God told me to do. You know, trying to sort of make me look good. You know, if I explain to them why I'm leaving, you know, I have a good trail behind me. You know, who cares? I think it's true. I believe it. When we live in that space, and that's where my late husband lived at, he said, I don't care. He said, I don't care what people think about me. And I was like, because I used to get on him, I was like, you gonna go to the store in jogging pants and a t-shirt? Because sometimes he, you know, just got through fixing on doing something to a car or something. He said, I don't care. I don't care what they think about me. He said, I know who I am. That's what he said. He used to tell me that all the time. He said, I know who I am in God. He said, I'm confident with myself. So I'm good. He said, I'm good. So I don't care what they think. You know, I don't have to dress up. I don't have to look a certain way for them to like me. And now that I think back on all of that, he was so right. He was so right. And he was trying to get me in that place, but I was not there. I was nowhere near that place because I was the queen of people pleasing then. So I didn't want to hear anything he had to say about anything against what I was doing, because I just didn't want to hear it. But yeah, he used to say that all the time. He said, you know, I don't care. He said, all that matters to me is what God knows about me. And and now that I think about it, you know, I'm like, he was so right. He was so right. But again, be careful, because again, there are people, you know, and sometimes they are not in your family, but they're, you know, work around you. Be careful who you let into your space. Be careful who you know, team up with, and you hang out with. Be careful, because there are people, they don't mean you any good. They don't mean you the good. And a lot of these people, they will outright tell you how they are, and they'll laugh about it. And so these are the people, just for the sake of having a friend, or just for the sake of having somebody to hang with, you're going to risk that just to hang with them, knowing what type of person they are. Because I'm telling you, people can hate on you so bad and dislike you so much that they'll try to cause harm to you. They'll put you in harm's way. They won't probably harm you, but they'll put you in harm's way. If you ever watch any of ID's, Discovery, those murder motive movies or whatever you call them, and I'm not glorifying that, but it's the truth. Look, if you ever get the chance to watch one of them, watch how the story started. Watch how it started. Me and my late husband used to watch those all the time. And, I wasn't really watching it for the murder part. I was watching it to see, I was like, how did they get to where they wanted to kill the person, or kill the family? What happened? And you could see the decline. You could see it. They were, everything was fine in the beginning. But it was either, most of the time it was money. It was they thought they had money. It was cheating, where they were cheating with somebody, in the family, or it was a cheating thing going on, infidelity. It was so many different things. But me and him used to watch those faithfully, and the children be like, "Why y'all always watching killing?" But it wasn't. We were watching it for the killing. Like I said, we were watching it to see. I was so curious to know what happened? What happened? It started out so beautiful, man and woman met, and, they end up having children. But like I said, you could see the decline. Somebody lost their job, or they grew apart. Then the cheating started. Then, or they friend, they had a friend of the family. Friend was coming over, they were barbecuing, they were hanging out. Friend got jealous of the family, because they didn't have anything. Motive to kill, motive to hurt them, motive to whatever. So like I said, pay attention. Please pay attention. And the season that I'm in now, I have actually, God had placed that in my spirit. I believe it was yesterday or day before, but I think it was yesterday. And I said, the people that have most hurt me have been family. But I forgave them. I've forgiven them. But what I'm saying is that when I think back over my life, these are people that were trying to harm me, they didn't mean me any good. You could go as small as something. When I was a child, I wasn't being watched, correctly, or, it's abandonment, so many different things. And God, that's what He wants to deliver all of us from, from all this trauma from our past. People are carrying around, all of us, we're carrying around baggage, and we take it from year to year to year. And, we're thinking we're good, and we mask it. We mask it with different things, because we thinking, well, this is just how I am, but it's not. And then when you start thinking about things that have happened to you in your life, you're like, whoa, that should have taken me out. I should have died from that. I should have been in the hospital from that. But God kept us. God kept us all. We're still here. We're here for such a time as this. So I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. And, when people try to, come against me and say things, you wonder a lot of times, you say, well, something was placed on your heart to do. And then, that person seemed like they didn't receive it or whatever, the way you thought they would. A lot of times that's, that's something that they feel in their heart, or they don't feel comfortable about something against you. It's all type of things. So, and then somebody used to say, you can always tell when somebody's been talking about you. Because if they got children, they got little children, the children don't want to be bothered with you because they've heard their parents or the older people talking about you. If you pay attention to that, try that out. If you go to church or something, or just pay attention to that, because it's true. It's happened to me before. Because I'm like, why is that child, not wanting to be bothered with me? Because you could tell, like, okay, last Sunday. This happened to me I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about years ago. But you'd be like, last Sunday, the child was trying to sit in my lap and wanted candy out my purse. And so now, the next Sunday, they don't want anything to do with me. I'm reaching for them and they don't want to be bothered with me. Well, that's because they've heard you discussed, among, their parents discussed, they were discussing you. And so, what's in that house or what's going on, that child, and especially if they know you like that, they're real close to you or whatever. And they're like, okay, that's not a good person then, But they're going solely on, what their parents are saying. It's not their fault. It's just what their parents are saying about you. So again, I'm in that space now. I don't care. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care on my job. I don't care. You like me, don't like me. I'm here to work and go home and to my children. So, and my dog. So, I don't care. I don't care because God has delivered me from that. Yes, I want to get along with people. And yes, I want to witness to people and minister to people. But, I'm not going to do it at the cost of trying to be liked. And, I'm not going to, so you'll like me. I'm not going to do that. Because again, me and my late husband used to watch something. It was actually a comedian. And he said that I got to watch that clip because it's so true. But he uses profanity so heavy. But it's the truth, He said in the stand-up, when we used to watch that, he said, the more haters you have, you're good. He said you're solid. He said the more people that don't like you, that means you're doing something right. He said you don't want everybody liking you. You don't. And if they do, you better check your camp. Check the camp that you're in. Because the more people that don't like you, that means you doing excellent. You doing excellent. So I was like, wow, that is so true. And so me and my late husband, we used to laugh about that all the time. We did. And because at the time I didn't fully, understand that. Because I was like, what's the, what is he? But I get it now. It's so true. Let them not like you. Let them not like you. That's good. That's a good thing. That's a compliment to yourself. That means you're on your stuff. You're doing good. So I made it to work. I just wanted to hop on here and share that word because please be mindful. There's people in your family around you that they can't, they can't stand you. They don't like you, and you may say, well, I don't have anything. I'm just a regular. Nope. That doesn't excuse the fact they still don't like you. It doesn't matter if you can say all day you don't have something. They still don't like you. So just because of who you are in Christ. So please be mindful of that as you go forth in each day. I pray that this word is always is a blessing to somebody. I pray that you always hear Jesus speaking through me and not just me. I pray that everyone has the most amazing day. In Jesus' name, thank you all for listening. Have a great day. Bye.